We're looking at infinite limits. We have the limit of x squared plus 6 minus 6 over x squared minus 3x plus 2 as x approaches 1. Well, when we do the direct substitution, plugging 1 directly into all this stuff, we should end up with negative 4 over 0. So that kind of tells us that the limit does not exist. X approaches 1. But it doesn't tell us anything about what's actually happening to the behavior of the graph. And that's really what we're kind of interested in here. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to go ahead and factor the numerator and denominator if I can, and it factors nicely. Now remember, we're approaching 1 here. Now all I'm concerned about here is us approaching 1. And if I plugged 1 in over here, this is where the 0 is occurring down here in the denominator, because 1 minus 1 is 0. So let's go ahead and look at what happens when we approach 1 coming in from the left-hand side. And of course, this is called a left-handed limit. And I'm claiming that this limit is going to negative infinity. And then we're going to look at the right-handed limit. That is, x approaches 1 from the right-hand side. And I'm claiming that the graph is going to positive infinity. And of course, the way we're going to do this is numerically. So we're going to be looking at this first one up here coming in from the left side. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take 0.9 and plug it into our function. That's approximately negative 39. Actually, I think it might be actually precisely negative 39, but if it is, well, just disregard this approximation symbol here. It should actually say equals to negative 39. 0.99. Plugging that into the function, and it's also negative, but it's 399. So we can pretty much say that coming in from the left, this is going to negative infinity. But like I have in some of the previous problems, I went ahead and did it 3 times, getting a little closer to 1 coming in from the left. So I plugged in 0.999, and you can see that it's equal to 300 or 3,909. Now that should be an equal sign actually, because that is exactly negative 399. I don't know why I have an approximation symbol there. I was probably tired that day or something. Okay, let's look at it coming in from the right. So we take 1.1, we plug it in, and that should be, well, that should actually equal 41. So that's a positive number. I think I'm going to, if I can, I'm just going to go ahead and make those corrections right now. Anyway, okay. So positive number coming in a little closer to 1 from the right. We plug it in 1.01, so that's equal to 401, so that's a positive number. So we can pretty much say that it's going to positive infinity. And of course I get a little closer, 1.001, and that should be equaling actually also 4,001. So it's a positive number. I should really be making these corrections here. Okay. Well, as you can see, right, coming in from the left-hand side, it was going to negative infinity. Coming in from the right-hand side, it's going to positive infinity, just like I had claimed earlier. Let's look at a graph. Okay, here's a graph of that function. Here's 1, and as you can see, coming in from the right-hand side, the graph is going up to positive infinity, and coming in from the left-hand side, it's going down to negative infinity.